Hey guys, welcome back to Not For Nothing Homestead. I'm Ginger. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching today's video. We have been invited to be a part of a collaboration, which I feel like is so super important out there for everyone. Hopefully everyone will follow this collaboration and you will get a lot of great tips and information out of it. So we were invited by Natasha at the Budget Preppers to be a part of her Emarchency 25 collaboration. So this collaboration is all about things that you can do to be prepared. Whether it's because you forgot to take something out for dinner, or if, something in your area, you encounter some flooding, or you're snowed in and you can't get out for 2 days or 3 days, and just those types of emergency situations. If you are prepared and you have a plan and kits, and you know where things are and what to do, you are less likely to go into complete freak out mode. So the more organized you are, the better off you are going to be. So this is a big collaboration too. So I want to give some special kudos to Natasha. She's been working very hard to get a lot of wonderful collaborators together and to just kind of tell you what they do or how they organize their things. I'm going to take a little bit of a different angle with it today. Calm down, Natasha. Don't worry. I'm not going to go completely off the rails, girl. But there is going to be a giveaway at the very end of this collaboration. So make sure you comment on all of these videos for your chance to win. Jace Case is sponsoring one of the giveaway items, as is Thrive Life is giving away a pack. Sagan Life is donating a Kelly kettle, I think is what it's called. Raw Paws Pet Food is donating, and City Prepping is donating a 6-month subscription to his channel. And that is huge, guys, huge. And there are going to be some other prizes involved in it too. But I'll have a list of those down below. So make sure that you go in and make a heartfelt comment on these videos. I know you're going to get a lot out of it. So on to the different turn that I'm going to take today. So we have been through 3 hurricanes. We went through the triplets that came through Florida when we lived in Florida. That was, excuse me, that was Charlie, Francis, and Jean. And they came back to back to back. It seemed like no sooner, first time I think we were out of power for 21 days. 17 days. No sooner did we get it back on from Charlie than Francis hit. Knocked it out again. After that, Francis, we were without power. I think that one was like maybe a week or 2 weeks. And then right after Francis left and we got power restored, then came Jean. And Jean knocked the power out again. So for about 8 to 10 weeks, I would say, we were living off of what we had learned from the previous 2 weeks. It was nuts. It was crazy. But the one big major takeaway I had from that whole 2.5 months experience is, if you have things prepared, make sure that you try them and see if you like them. Don't just go out and buy all this stuff or stock up on these things, get 12 of this, or you have 14 of that in your pantry, and come to find out you try it and you hate it. So I'm going to impart on you one of my favorite things that I have learned that I really like, and it's shelf stable. So you buy it at the store, it's shelf-stable milk, okay? Shelf-stable milk, you use a lot of milk for everything. Now, I've tried the powdered milk. I've tried the fancy brands. I've tried the cheaper brands. I just don't like it. I'm telling you, cooking with it, tasting it, I just don't like it. And so I found that everything I used in it, I could taste. And I was like, ugh, I don't like this. I got to find something that, should I not be able to go to the store and get, you know, fresh milk. I'm snowed in for 4 days, you know, up here on the mountain, and we can't get down and get to a store, that I have something shelf stable. And I've actually come to use this milk, shelf stable milk, a lot. I really like this. As a matter of fact, this is what I made this morning with that shelf stable milk. Is that not a gorgeous biscuit? Now, come on, you put a little bit of Miss Lisa's jam on there, and you are, yeah, light, fluffy, beautiful, and they taste amazing. So, in addition to this little tip about my favorite shelf-stable milk, I'm also going to show you how to make these beautiful biscuits. Nice, light, fluffy. Look how, I mean, let's just put a little judge there for you. So it's almost as big as half my finger, or bigger than half my finger. You can make these with milk, not buttermilk, not heavy whipping cream, not any fancy stuff. And it's really just very simple ingredients. This could be good for a night, you know, you ran out of bread and you wanted to have some kind of bread with dinner. A morning when you wake up and you want a big breakfast and you want a nice fluffy biscuit. So I am going to walk you through making these biscuits with this milk, but my main focus of this video was to get you to what you buy and what you stock up on. Before you buy 12 of them, try it. Buy one, try it, see if you like it, see which one's your favorite. You know, if you get different varieties of, you know, like, you know, MREs. Do you like MREs? You like this one better than you like that one, or this one tastes, you know, doesn't heat up well, or whatever. Before you go, and I'm just cautioning you, before you go and buy a whole box full or crate full of something, try one and make sure that it suits you and it suits your family, okay? So now I am going to take you through making these biscuits with this milk. So let's go. All right, so here are all the ingredients. Super easy for this quick recipe, okay? Milk, shelf-stable or refrigerated, whatever you prefer, whatever you find that you like. 1 stick of butter straight out of the fridge, baking powder, all-purpose flour. We need a little bit of sugar, and we need some salt. And I have a bowl and a fork, and that's pretty much all we're going to use, except for, of course, the pan and a biscuit cutter. Now, getting the flour out, I made a bit of a mess on the counter. Don't clean it up because you're going to need that, okay? So next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Put that in. We're going to add, I'll put this out of the way, 1 teaspoon of salt. And I just have kosher salt here. You can use whatever kind of salt you want. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Not too much. This has a nice little lip on it too that you can shake off the excess if you get it right. There we go. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then we're going to take that and we're just going to take our fork and we're just going to go around and kind of mix that in a little bit. Want to use the least amount of dishes as you can because we're trying to make this as easy as possible. Grabbing our butter back out of the fridge. And we're just going to plop this whole stick in here. You can tell it's cold too. Everything's sticking. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my fork and I'm just going to start pushing down little pieces of it like that. So you want to do this for the whole stick. Kind of get it, oh, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be super small because you're going to get in there with your hands in just a minute. And as I go through with my hands and I kind of make it a little smaller throughout, I'm going to leave some chunks because sometimes in those buttery, yummy biscuits, you like to have a chunk of butter. You know, you really want to experience that butter taste. So I'm going to go through and get this all crumbled up, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. It just takes a minute or two, but I know you don't want to sit here and watch me crumble butter with a fork. Okay, I switched you to a bird's eye view. So you'll still see some butter chunks in there that I've gotten. And I'm going to make some of these that are still a little bit big, but for the most part, they're all kind of small. I've gone through several recipes trying to find the perfect one to use milk with. This is the one that I found that I like the best, and it makes huge fluffy biscuits. Some of them say to get it like fine sand, and I've done that before, but I find that the ones that have like the little chunks in it like that just make for better biscuits. They just taste better. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little well in the middle here like that, and I'm gonna pour in half of the milk, just half of it right in the center. Yep, that's about half. And then I'm gonna kind of stir this in there, stir it around, start getting it incorporated with the milk. And when it starts to get a little tough and I still have, you know, I don't feel like I have a lot, I'm not making a lot of headway, I like to do like a little bit like that. And then I kind of just do it little by little so I can save some, because you always get those edges that don't have a lot of flour, and it's hard to get that back incorporated. Not that you're going to need to for this. Trust me. This is going to be so easy. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is so easy. Get that in. Mix it around. And you can see it's kind of coming together. That's kind of mixing up. Not quite there yet. And we still have a little milk to go. I just keep pulling it back off the fork. Alright. Let's get almost the last bit in there. Yikes. It's messy. I never said biscuits were neat. It is messy. And it's shaggy. And that's good. You like that, you want that. Alright. Trying to check out the sides and the bottom. See, I got a little bit there. So I'm put some of that last bit of milk in there to get that in with the rest of it. Alright, one last little bit. And we'll grab this and just go right in there in the bottom. gather up hopefully any flour that's on the bottom with that. All right. Now you see what it looks like now. So we're gonna put some flour. Grab some flour. Throw it out here. And we're gonna turn this out onto this flour. So, and we want it to be shaggy. If it's a little shaggy, it's fine. Even if it's, this is actually better incorporated than ones I've had in the past, but it looks really good. Okay, make sure and put some flour on your hands, because you see it's already sticking to me. And I'm just gonna pat, grab some more flour, and pat so it's not sticking to me. And then I'm gonna fold and push, and I'm gonna turn it, keeping this flour with it. And I'm just gonna keep folding a couple times. Make sure and don't get stuck to the countertop. Make sure you have enough flour on there so that it doesn't stick. And then I just make it like a long log, and then I kind of pat it down and fold it. And this is going to make your wonderful, flaky, fluffy biscuits. I'm getting all that goody stuff off my hands. That in here. Now I usually turn it and fold it, I'm going to say probably about 6 times, 5 or 6 times. Just trying to get it nice and together. Cracks and stuff like that, you want to try to keep that together. So now I'm going to take this thing, and I just use this and press it down. You can use whatever you have. And I kind of pull those sides in, mash them up like that. And then just kind of flatten it a little bit. I just go all the way around. Because in just a second, we're going to cut out some biscuits. See how easy that was? I can even, do you see that piece of butter? There's a chunk right there too. Oh. All right. Let's go one more round, because I'm trying to get it down a little bit. This makes about 7 or 8 biscuits. Just depends on how big you want them. I did a short not too long ago. Actually, it was last month, I think. And I used a little heart cutter. And I actually really like that heart cutter. So, I'm going to use that again today. And flour over here, because I don't want to get stuck. And then I want this to stick. And where is my cutter? Now, that is about up to my first knuckle. Is about how high it is. And that's kind of how I judge. And we're going to get our cutter. We're going to put some flour on that so it doesn't stick. Oh, I need my pan too. All right. Get that to go out a little bit. There is one. Whoop. Let's save all your little goodies. There is. Pat that down a little bit. Two. Three. just a bit so I can get one more out of this before I put this all back together. There's 4. Now we're going to take this, just kind of mash it all together, mash it down. I'm going to fold it again. Should be able to get at least 2 more out of this. And this just kind of helps it get back together, I think. That's just, it does for me anyways. Alright. Let's see if we can get, well, there's one. There is 2. We'll flip that one on that side. That side doesn't look much better. Got a little crack in it, but that's okay. Try to just pinch it back together here. There we go. And then I know this is not going to make a full one, so I'm just going to shape it into a circle and make a little mini one. A little tiny one. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little teeny bit of milk and we're going to brush it on the top. Make sure you get all of them. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. We've already preheated our oven to 425. Make sure I get all these. Then we're going to pop them in that oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Let's get this edge here. Use up the rest of that milk. Don't waste it. All right. So they are going, oh, I made a mess. They are going in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And I'll bring you back when they come out. It occurred to me that maybe I should share this with you as well. So if water is a commodity for you, the first thing that you're gonna be likely to do is put this under the faucet and just try to get all that stuff out. But I'm gonna show you an easy way that I have found to get this all cleaned up. That flour that was all over the counter, just put it in the bowl. Scrape it off into the bowl. Put all that in there. I'll use that scraper to get that up off the counter too. All in the bowl. And just start rubbing it around. And pretty soon, it will pick up every bit of that and your bowl will be clean. See how it's picking it up and pulling it right off? Just like it would if you were making bread and the dough would be coming off, coming away from the sides of the bowl. And you didn't waste any water cleaning up. All right. And there we go. Looky there. Nice. Beautiful. Fluffy. Biscuits. Well, they're still warm. I'm going to put... Oh no, bring my butter back. Rookie mistake. I'm going to put some butter on these. On the tops. Okay, that was the easiest biscuit making I have ever done. And like I said, I have tried so many recipes with all different kinds of ingredients. That is the easiest, best one I have found. And I have opened this big biscuit up and I have some of Miss Lisa's carrot cake jam. Oh my gosh. That jam is so good. Don't be jelly. I have Miss Lisa's carrot cake jam. Wow. That is so good. And the biscuit is wonderful, guys. It is so good. Okay, I'm going to go finish this biscuit. It is calling my name. Okay? Guys, I encourage you to go watch the entire playlist. Natasha has it over on her channel. I'll put a link to that playlist in the description box below, as well as the recipe and then the schedule of everybody that's coming out and all those sponsors who have donated some wonderful prizes. Make sure you make comments on all those videos for your chances to win. Okay, guys? Take care of you and yours. God bless, and we'll see you in our next video. Go make a biscuit. Your family will love you.